How can you reshape your body by changing your morning habits? If you're still struggling with belly fat despite trying various methods, it's not because of diet. It's actually related to morning hormones. These hormonal changes that occur as soon as you wake up affect the cause of excess fat around the waist. How about learning how Japan understands this? If you've tried eating less, exercising more, and keeping everything regular, but your belly fat is still there, this article is for you. It's not because you haven't tried hard enough. Nobody told you it wasn't just a diet issue. The truth is, you should know that belly fat isn't a diet problem, but primarily a hormonal one. This is especially related to morning hormones and starts within 30 minutes of waking up each morning. It doesn't matter what you eat, how much exercise you do, or how much discipline you put in. The obesity rate in Japan is around 4%, whereas among Americans, it exceeds 40%. It's not because the Japanese are thinner, but because they put in more effort. They've already figured this out. Now, in the next 20 minutes, I'll share 7 morning habits they incorporate into their daily lives. These sections include a method of drinking water that many in the West misunderstand. There's also a habit at the end of the list that falls outside most morning routines. We'll discuss a few things you shouldn't think about, especially before breakfast, and why many people fail initially. The 7th habit will completely change your body's relationship with sugar. You don't want to skip this habit. Before we get to the 7 habits, it's important to understand why the Japanese always have naturally slim bodies. It has nothing to do with genes. A study published in the American Journal of Human Biology compared Japanese people living in Japan with Japanese Americans who had adopted a Western lifestyle. The weight difference between the two groups was primarily based on differences in daily habits. The same genes, but bodies that completely change depending on the morning hours. The morning window, the first 60 minutes, has 4 times more metabolic impact than the rest of the day. What you do during this time either supports your body burning fat or storing fat. Japan solved this problem a long time ago. Now let's examine those 7 habits. Our first habit is the lukewarm water ritual. This is a method that a large part of the world does incorrectly. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep and 0 fluid intake, your body wakes up and becomes dehydrated. The liver, which regulates metabolism, begins to work at a reduced capacity. The cortisol hormone, which regulates the wakefulness response, naturally begins to rise within 30 minutes of waking up. However, most people immediately reach for coffee during this process. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford, states that immediately giving caffeine to a dehydrated body worsens the situation. Caffeine further increases cortisol levels and causes them to remain at that level. Elevated morning cortisol levels are the most important hormone for storing abdominal fat. The Japanese drink lukewarm water first. Lukewarm, not cold. Lukewarm water gives a gentle signal for the digestive system to function properly after sleep. Sometimes they also add a pinch of sea salt to replenish sodium and magnesium lost during the night. Magnesium naturally suppresses the cortisol system. Therefore, instead of increasing the morning rise of this hormone, it helps to balance it. A study from the University of Alabama found that vitamin C significantly reduced post-stress cortisol spikes. Adding a slice of lemon to warm water also contributes to this process. Now, I want to emphasize that lemon may not be suitable for some people on an empty stomach. If you have a sensitive stomach or acid reflux, lemon may not be right for you. This is perfectly acceptable. Plain warm water with a pinch of sea salt will have similar benefits in most cases. Adding lemon is not a necessity. Your stomach should be your priority. You should always remember to listen to your body. Tonight, try putting a glass on your kitchen table as one of the things you will drink tomorrow morning. Pour warm water first. If your stomach accepts the lemon water, you can drink it that way. But if not, just salt water will suffice, before coffee, the phone, or anything else. This is how you start your morning. Our second habit, morning light. This provides the metabolic reset your body needs. In the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking up, your eyes need natural external light. You need to be exposed to full spectrum light coming directly from outside, not through glass or a screen, without a filter. This allows your body to understand when hormones are being released. You have a biological clock that regulates when your body is warm, when your metabolism peaks, and when fat is burned and stored. This clock needs to be calibrated every morning with an input, light. Dr. Sachin Panda of the Salk Institute has consistently observed that people who don't get morning light have disrupted cortisol curves, poor metabolism, and increased abdominal fat. The link is quite clear. Morning light releases serotonin throughout the day. Serotonin converts to melatonin at night, providing deep, restful sleep. Quality sleep, in turn, creates a more peaceful cortisol curve the next day. A calmer cortisol curve means less fat storage throughout the day. A single 5-minute activity in the morning prepares your hormones for the next 24 hours. I know many people wake up in the early morning, around 4 to 5, still in the dark. I've read your comments on this and want to respond directly. If this is your situation, don't worry. You can still apply the first, third, and seventh habits. Going outside before sunrise, or even before starting work if necessary, is one option. Your body still receives and processes the light signal. This doesn't have to wait until the first 30 minutes of waking up. It should happen within the first 30 minutes of available daylight. This whole mechanism is related to your biological clock, not the clock on your wall. In Japan, this is often practiced with short morning walks called sanpo. These walks, usually to a train station or a nearby temple, are not for exercise, but to provide a natural start to the day. Tomorrow morning, try going outside for 5 to 10 minutes right after drinking your warm water. If it's still dark, go outside when the sun rises. If you can't go for a walk, wait at the door. You only have 5 minutes. These first 2 habits prepare your body on a hormonal level, but there's a third layer secretly starting to build up in the background. This third habit addresses the cortisol problem that most people unknowingly encounter after 6 hours. Our third habit is the 90-minute rule. This rule explains why your morning coffee becomes annoying at 3 p.m. It's recommended that you avoid drinking coffee within the first 90 minutes of waking up. I know this will be hard to accept, but please listen. As soon as you wake up, your brain is flooded with adenosine. This molecule creates the morning sluggishness. Your brain naturally clears adenosine within about 90 minutes of waking up. Coffee works by blocking the receptors to which adenosine binds. This is why it makes you feel awake. But if you drink your coffee, you skip the adenosine clearing process and keep it contained. The accumulated adenosine can only surface after the effects of caffeine wear off. If you extend your coffee intake into the late afternoon, all the adenosine is released at once. Your body perceives this as a stressful event, and your cortisol levels rise in response. The afternoon surge in cortisol increases sugar cravings and fat accumulation, and is one of the main reasons for the afternoon fatigue many people experience.